This is Siobhan Muir. How are ya? So, I don't know if you're aware, but Easter's coming. So y'all should be prepared for that. But the good thing is, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do Siobhan Muir's goat cheese cheesecake. Now don't get excited. I know a lot of people go, ew, goat cheese, what? No. Let me tell you, it makes a better cheesecake actually than cream cheese. Now I'm sure there will be plenty of people that want to argue with me about that, but honestly, I've been making this cheesecake, goodness gracious, I'm thinking, yeah, well, it's been about 10 years because I had to stop eating cream cheese. I was lactose intolerant and it was the saddest thing in the world because I'm like, no, I have to give up cheesecake. So, I found some really good goat cheese. Egg is down! Egg is down! There it goes! Egg is down! Yeah, maybe that's a... Egg is down! Get the dog!
I don't want to clean that.
No, don't worry about it. We'll get it after.
It's like the egg drop.
Yeah. Oops. Where's your spoon? It's like, ah! It's like, yeah, we'll get this over here, I think.
I think from now on we're going to put eggs in a bowl.
We might have to do that. Otherwise it'll be very exciting. So where was it? Oh yes! So I'm allergic to cream cheese, but I still wanted to make a cheesecake. So one day I stumbled across goat cheese and I thought, well, it's just like cream cheese, it's just a little more sour, so maybe I will try it. And my goat cheese cheesecake was born. So here's what it goes into it. You need 1 pound of goat cheese, which is basically two boxes of regular cream cheese, 8 ounces each. You need 16 ounces of goat cheese, 2 eggs, a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Instead of a half a cup, you do 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Because goat cheese is a little more sour, you are going to need that extra sugar. This is one of the only recipes where I actually up the sugar from the recipe rather than lower it. Definitely remember to set your oven for 325 Fahrenheit, which is 163 Celsius, and let your oven heat up. You're also going to need a graham cracker, or in my case, I have a walnut crust this time. So
You have to see how it tastes.
yeah, we have to see how it tastes, and you know, basically, you basically want a graham cracker crust of some kind of crust that is not regular flour, because cheesecake on a regular flour is, yeah, it's just, eh. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this, and you want this to be, you want it to be room temperature. Sorry.
Oh, I'm like,
I know. My videographer, he puts in that, when I stop and I think about it, he's all like, tweet, 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 tweet. Like, she's thinking. Yes, I am, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thin ice is getting thinner. Go clean up that egg.
No. You can't make me. Actually, you can, but I don't want to.
That was really exciting.
I just kind of like watched it in slow-mo. I'm like, I'm trying to, I can't catch that. And there it goes.
Yeah, there it goes. And we all just kind of went, oh.
Darn it. Like, I could have moved faster. No, I couldn't.
Yeah. All right. So once you have the cheese, you kind of want to break it up a little bit. This makes it easier to mix, because you don't want it to be a solid mass. Otherwise, then your mixer goes, I can't do it. So,
darn it. Stupid mixer. You're supposed to do it.
You're supposed to do it. Well, now, I'm sure you could do it if you had a KitchenAid. And I do have a KitchenAid, but it's big and it's heavy, and this is easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yep. 16 ounces of goat cheese, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 2 eggs, hopefully not the one from the floor.
Doesn't come in, because he'd be like, ooh, what's that? It's like,
don't eat
nothing
that.
we're going to give you.
Yeah. And then a half a teaspoon of vanilla. All right. So it looks really uninspiring at the moment, but but what you do is you mix this whole thing together, which I'm going to do in a second, and then you will end up pouring it into the crust. So big thing. That's really it. Like I said, you really want it to be smooth because when you bake it, you do not want to have a chunky cheesecake. It's just not, there's a texture issue and nobody really likes that. Keep the lid of this thing. I know it seems weird to keep this little plastic bit, but it's going to be useful come after you've cooled your cheesecake. So hold on to the little plastic lid to the crust. You'll notice that this is kind of a golden color instead of white. It's because of the eggs. So this is what it should more or less look like. You want to be pretty careful with it because it's going to be very oozy. And if you tip it, I at one point put one of these in the oven and I took it out and it flipped over in my hand and landed face down. So I'd done all the work for the cheesecake and it was on the floor. If you want to know what the original recipe is, it's in this highly beautiful, but it's actually the Philadelphia 3-step cheesecake, and it's all I did was change a couple of the ingredients to work. So it says actually, yeah, 40 to 45 minutes. Yep. Okay, so what this is going to do is we're just going to put this in the oven as is. Now again, be very careful and don't tilt because it'll pour right out and into your oven, and that will not be fun either.
It'll be funny for a very short time. Just like, okay.
I don't think I'll even be funny. It'll make me cry, but
yeah.
Especially because I know how much the family likes the cheesecake, and so if it ends up pouring out of the bottom of the oven, everybody will be upset. All right,
Yeah,
so
now I've never seen it wander out.
oh yeah, see, like I said, it's when you get it just right, it'll ooze. So what we're going to do is we're going to bake it for, because we're at altitude, my family is, we bake it for about 45 minutes. If you are at sea level, more likely you will only need to bake it for about 40 minutes. Elevation does play a role in it. We're at 6,300 feet, so there's a reason why it has to go a little bit longer. And sometimes we also put our oven a little hotter. Same thing to kind of counterbalance that elevation. But in about 45 minutes, we'll have that thing out and you can see what it looks like. So see you then. Okay, so what are you complaining about?
Look, I'm an idiot, but I'm not that dumb. Really?
All right, so this is what the cheesecake looks like. Once it's cooked entirely, it took about 49 minutes. Yeah, I did about 49 minutes to make sure that, because it'll come out and it'll still be jiggly. And you can tell right now, it's not too jiggly. It has managed to solidify. It'll be a lot more domed when it first comes out of the oven and then it sinks back in. But you can see that this is, the cracks in it show that it's actually cooked all the way through. And then it's going to take its time to chill, and you want to leave it chilling on the counter for about an hour. I think it's 35 to 40 minutes, but an hour is a safe bet. And then you put it in the refrigerator for 3 hours because you want it to be chilled by the time it's done. So you have to let this thing cool. The heat is still radiating. You have to let it cool, and then what you'll do is you take this thing, like I told you guys to save. Do not throw it out, not until you're done. What you'll end up doing once it's cool is you set this thing on here and you close it down, and then you put it in the fridge like this. And the reason is it will protect your cake. It'll keep it from getting damaged. You can stack a few things on it lightly, so it won't get bumped or ruined while it's in the fridge. And it's a pretty cheap way to protect it. So always hold on to this, especially when you just have a makeshift crust like this. A pre-made crust. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, you just let it cool for 3 hours and it's ready to eat, ready to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, Siobhan Muir's goat cheese cheesecake. And it tastes really good.
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
No, it doesn't. We make these often for birthdays and Christmas and yeah, one night.
Yeah, 2 if we're lucky.
2 if we're lucky. Yeah, that's right. So, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Ring that little bell because that'll let you know when new videos go up. And yeah, happy making, happy baking, happy eating, and happy reading. I'll talk to you later. Bye!